Peace and blessings, my beloved Take Back Your Mind community. Listen, we've been going strong for the last 2 years. It's been magnificent. The feedback has been really good. We're taking a summer break, July and August. We will be back September the 3rd. So know what you can do until then? You can go back and watch your favorite shows. They're still good. And then we'll see you back on September the 3rd. Peace and blessings. Now on to today's show.
We are not used to hear ourselves. We don't believe in us. So the body speaks to us. For example, illness, it's not a punishment.
Right.
Illness is an awareness of something is not tuned.
Right.
When you are tuned, everything is function okay. But when you have, let's say you have a sorrow, or you have something that it's hurting you in your heart, it is reflected in your body.
Yes.
So when you hear your body, when you pay attention to your body, you now can heal. And if you can heal, you can pay attention in what is really happening. Because the symptom is just that, the symptom. But you have to go to the core where you really know what is happening. And the only one that knows what is happening with you is you.
Peace and richest blessings. I am Michael B. Beckwith, the host of Take Back Your Mind. Peace and blessings, everyone, and welcome back to Take Back Your Mind, the podcast of which I am the host, Michael B. Beckwith, the founder of the Agape International Spiritual Center. As you know, pretty much every week I have an opportunity to have in-depth conversations with individuals who have taken back their own mind, opened their heart, and are making a mighty difference on the planet. Today, I have with me from Mexico City, Cris Steinman. Welcome.
Oh, thank you, Michael. Thank you very much for receiving me here.
Absolutely. If you don't know who she is, I'm going to give you just a little bit of who she is. With over 25 years of experience, is a prominent leader in the field of personal growth. She's the creator of the groundbreaking Fit Mental model, which focuses on transforming people's lives through a deep understanding of the unconscious, conscious, and subconscious mind, or I should say superconscious mind. I like using that word myself. This model has helped thousands of individuals improve their habits, achieve their goals, and manifest a more fulfilling and meaningful life. In addition to her work as a personal development expert, Cris is also a radio host, where she shares inspiring messages and practical tools for emotional and spiritual well-being. She's the author of The Magic Is You, a book that offers readers valuable strategies for self-discovery and holistic growth. As the founder of LCK, which is the acronym for Life-Changing Knowledge, Cris leads innovative programs that promote holistic well-being. She's also the visionary behind the LCK Experience, a transformative event that brings together experts and leaders from all around the world to inspire and empower individuals on their journey towards self-realization. As a matter of fact, I'll be speaking at the LCK Experience this coming September in Mexico City. We'll give you the details later on. Right now, let's talk to Cris. Hey.
Thank you. My heart is so grateful because I've been dreaming of this moment.
Wow.
Many years. So.
And you attended Agape on Sunday.
Yes,
you and your family.
Did.
Yeah.
I did, and it was a really transformative moment. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your words. We were talking, my son and me, about all your teachings, how you make teaching so easy to remember.
Oh, I like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I try to break it down what seems to be complex into simple understanding, because if it's true, it's simple.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We will be always remember the availability.
Availability. Yes. That's some good tea.
It's a very nice tea.
Let me ask you this. Tell us a little bit about your background, your personal journey to bring about these conferences you put on, to write your book. I mean, you're now like an authority, a spiritual teacher yourself. What's your background? What's your backstory?
Well, I think it began because, as always, when you want to grow, when you are like with a little emotional voice, you are seeking. When I was a little girl, about 6 years old, my mother was really, really sick. She got lung cancer. And I went walking to the church to ask the priest to go and see my mother. And he went with me and he talked to her. And I was so hopefully that he could heal her. And then in the masses, I prayed for her to be well. And of course, it didn't happen. So she passed away a few months later of that. And I began losing my faith. I didn't believe in anything, because when you are so faithful of something and you think you have no path,
right,
then you began fearing about everything.
Right.
So I began there, and I was seeking all my life to answer some questions. For example, about why do bad things happen to good people?
Yes.
Right. Those sort of questions. And I begin my journey.
Right.
I begin trying to know where to begin, what to ask, where to go, what to believe. So that's where my journey in personal growth began.
Okay, so here you are, this little girl who lost her faith, and then you started asking great questions. So how did that morph into you doing the Fit Mental model, writing books, doing conferences? I mean, what happened?
Well, I began learning, but you can learn in the mind, but you have to learn in the heart.
Yes.
So you have to put all your knowledge to go to the heart. And not knowing things with the mind, but knowing things with the heart and the soul.
Right.
So I begin my journey by learning and then applying all the things that I learned in my personal life. So I formed a family, and I was working with my children, for example, and I was always trying to be aware, always trying to find the answers to that questions. And also, I begin to see that there were a lot of people around me that were suffering, that has no self-esteem, that had abundance problems, that has many things. So I was trying to get something that helped them to have peace.
Right.
Not only to achieve things, because we were so focused in achieving. And then I started realizing that you don't have to have anything. You don't have to do anything. You have to become something. So you can achieve whatever is that you like.
Right.
So I begin doing with my heart. I begin taking being aware of the things that were happening in my life, and I began to grow.
Right.
So I was searching for I cannot say easy way to grow, but that was not so difficult, not so painful, not so complicated. And I tried to find, and I am a seeker. Always I am a seeker of tools to help me improve in my life, whatever that means, and to help others to improve in their lives.
Right. So you just evolved based on your own understanding, your own practice. And you said something very powerful. It's not about achieving, it's about what you're becoming.
Right.
Because that's one of the main things that I teach as well, is that you cannot have what you're not willing to become in consciousness.
And that awareness get me into abundance, for example.
Yes.
No? I wanted more. I wanted more money. I wanted more things for my family, but somehow I realized that it is not what you can achieve by doing. It's the person you become.
Yes.
So if you become abundant, then you get abundance. And
Right.
then in all the way I started there, because we needed some things for our family. I have 4 children, but it doesn't get only there. That was like the doorway
Yes.
to a better understanding of what life is about.
Yes.
And it's about a calling where you have something you have to do. Not in order to get anything.
Right.
It's just like what that calling is telling you to do so you can feel fulfilled in your life.
Right. And if you answer the call, then the call opens up the way
Of course.
for prosperity and health and happiness and friendships and things like that. And many people have missed the call because they're primarily going for worldly success rather than answering their call.
And also because I think one of the mistakes we make is that we do something to achieve something. But when you realize that doing something that you love, the price is when you are feeling, you are doing that.
Yes.
It's not after that.
Yes.
It's not to get something.
Yes.
It's because you love what you do. And then you are happy because you are doing what you love.
Absolutely.
And then you inspire others to do what they are meant to do.
Yeah, it's real inspiration. You're reminding me, many, many years ago, I worked for the mayor of Los Angeles. And when I would leave City Hall or the field office, I would drive down to the beach. I would take off my suit coat and my tie and my shirt, and I would breathe, and I would meditate, and I would speak, affirmations and decrees, and I would get this really blissful feeling. And I used to say to myself, what I'm actually doing, what I'm called to do, this is how it's going to feel.
Right.
And so then years later, as I became a spiritual therapist, started doing workshops, and then ultimately founded Agape, that's exactly how I feel. When I'm teaching, when I'm doing my thing, it's exactly how I felt at the beach, telling the universe, okay, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
And it's the same, so exactly what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like when you are meditating. You are not meditating to go anywhere or to get anything. It's the feeling that you have when you are meditating, the
Connection.
the love that you feel when you're doing that.
Right.
That is the prize.
Right.
That is the purpose.
Absolutely. I share often that meditation isn't just about calming the mind. It's about getting out of that mind
Right.
and observing and being aware of who you are. And then you're just totally in love with life, with your real self and your real nature. And the mind calms or doesn't calm, doesn't matter, because you're not the mind.
Right.
Yeah. Now, tell me this. Tell me about the Fit Mental model. What is that?
Well,
This is evolved out of you.
yes.
Yeah.
The Fit Mental model is like a methodology to be aware of what we really are. For example, if we work with our consciousness, that it's more or less what you do in a therapy or in a psychology session, you are aware of what is the problem, how you can make things to get better, how can you get some tools to get abundance, to get better communication with your children. But that is only one part of the human being. Then you have the subconscious. The subconscious is where you have a program that you don't see, you are not aware of the program when you are using your awareness.
Right.
So you have to work with that program in a certain way to get what you really want. Because if you work your subconscious as you work your conscious, you don't get the same result.
Right.
So you have to work your subconscious with maybe hypnosis or self-hypnosis and with the repetition, with the affirmations, but not giving the affirmation the power only, because again, you are looking outside. You are looking to the affirmation. No, it's not a hocus pocus.
Right.
It's a tool that you can get inside so you can change the program, so you can change the way that you are thinking.
Right.
And then the superconscious is the way, the knowing, the connectiveness, the wisdom. It's not the mind. It's after the mind.
Yeah.
It's where you really know
Your
who
real
you
self.
really are.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the intuition.
Yes.
That's where you find the love, the really knowledge.
Yes.
Where you don't see you as judgment. You see you as who you really are.
Right.
As that divine part that
Right.
you are.
That superconscious mind is our real self.
Our real self.
Takes over.
But sometimes it's very difficult to hear because we are used to not believing ourselves.
Yes.
So if your superconscious mind is saying, please, don't eat that. In simple things.
Right.
Don't eat that because it's not good for you today.
Right.
And you don't hear because it was easier to hear mom and dad and you should eat this.
Commercials
you shouldn't,
on
no?
television.
Commercials or politicians or
Right.
So you don't believe in yourself. So you begin like getting void of that voice. So when you really begin to hear that voice, to give power to that voice, to go inside and to inspire yourself with your own wisdom,
Yes.
then you know what is good for you.
Absolutely. Things I've said over the years is similar to what you're saying, that, the statement is when two or more are gathered, there I am. But when the conscious mind and the subconscious mind agree, superconscious mind takes over.
Of course.
So that's what you're talking about.
But this is like a program, so with tools, specific tools, so you can be a better person every day with simple things.
It's like a mental reset.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a tuning because you are like tuning with a different tune because the mind is like the antenna. Only the antenna. Sometimes it thinks, sometimes it doesn't think. But it's the antenna where you receive all the information and you give all the information. And when you tune in a different vibration, that antenna, then you can begin to know yourself better.
Right.
And to achieve, of course, things, no? Abundance, communication. But when you really love yourself, you can give love to others. When you really communicate yourself, you can communicate with others. So it is like a little methodology to, if you are not so used to personal growth, you can go like in a little fast track so you can see yourself better and remember who you really are.
Right. So what do you think some of the signs are that people need a mental reset?
When you are feeling sad, when you are feeling disappointed, when you think you have no purpose, when you are not feeling good, because life is about feeling good. It's about experience. It's about inspiring others. It's about what you came here to do.
Right.
And when you don't have that, it can be like signs. For example, if you are not having a good communication with your spouse or your family and you don't feel good, maybe that's a little awareness ticket for you should tune different, no?
Yeah, a little mental reset, a little vibrational tuning.
A little vibrational tuning in any place, even the body.
Yes.
We sometimes think that the body and the spirits are far apart.
Right.
And we are just one.
Mind-body connection.
Of course.
Yeah.
The heart, the mind, the body, what you feel. If you don't feel your inner peace, if you feel that you have no purpose, if you feel that you are wrong, that you have nothing to do with you, that's when you need to tune in.
Right.
And remember who you really are.
Right. So I think you differentiate between someone just trying to change their life or being pulled by a deeper awareness.
Of course.
This is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes you need like a little push. You need a little push to remember, to trust yourself, to feel good. So when you are trying to do this, well, the constant, the discipline, the little tools that you have every day will lead you to that.
Right.
Inevitably.
So there's a difference between like egocentric goals and goals that are coming from your spirit. So how do you help people differentiate between the two?
Because it's like telling about fear and love. When you are tuning to love, when you are really knowing who you are, when you have a purpose, because the purpose is the one that makes you feel good, that is when you are tuning with your soul, with your real purpose. When you have fear, when you are not having any connection with feeling the experience, when you don't have peace.
Right.
For example, when you sometimes they ask me, how do you know when the spirit is making aware of something and when it's fear, the mind is talking to you?
Right, right.
It's very simple. The spirit, it's peaceful warning. It's like a choice. You can choose whatever you want. It doesn't have to be pathetic or fearful, but the mind gets you to the worst scenario.
Yes.
So this is fear. This is like not breathing.
Right.
This is like flow.
Right.
This is like an option, because when you are connected to spirit, you really know that you have a lot of choices.
Right.
And you can make mistakes.
Right.
And it's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah. I often say a mistake is just a mistake, like in acting.
Right.
You take it over.
Right.
But you don't ruminate on the mistake. You just take another take.
Right.
Yeah. What would you say are the spiritual principles or laws, principles that the fit model is built on?
I think there are several. First, that you have to know that you are a spirit with a human body. That you are like Bruce Lipton said, you are the broadcast.
Yes.
No? And another one that I think is very important is that we are all one.
Yes.
It's like the hand.
Unity.
If you are the hand of the universe, if you take one finger and you cut that finger, you are hurting everyone. So when you are connected to that, really connected, when you really understand this principle, everything flows. Because you are not going to hurt yourself with knowledge, with awareness.
Right.
And when you are more conscious, you are more spiritual, because it cannot be in another way.
Right.
Because love is what it is, and it feels it.
Right.
Everyone has feel it in some way.
Right.
So the only thing is that you have to connect with that.
Right.
And when you connect with we are all one, everything fall in peace.
Right. So you dealt with the two main principles. One is that we're a spiritual being first, having a human incarnation. And secondly, we're at one with this life presence, whatever name you want to call it.
Right.
So that's unity, oneness. Those are the two primary principles. And anything outside of that is really just made up.
Right.
Yeah. So another thing you talk about, because you mentioned a little bit earlier, is the wisdom of the body. You know, that the body has a certain wisdom itself. How does one tune into that?
Because we are not used to hear ourselves. We don't believe in us. So the body speaks to us. For example, if illness, it's not a punishment.
Right.
Illness is an awareness of something is not tuned.
Right.
When you are tuned, everything is function okay. But when you have let's say you have a sorrow, or you have something that it's hurting you in your heart, it is reflected in your body.
Yes.
So when you hear your body, when you pay attention to your body, you now can heal. And if you can heal, you can pay attention in what is really happening, because the symptom is just that, the symptom. But you have to go to the core where you really know what is happening. And the only one that knows what is happening with you is you.
Is you. So you're basically telling us that the body is a messenger. And all of the symptoms is giving you a message that something is off. To look at that, to pay attention to that, to see what the message is, and then to change your focus, change your mind, change your perception, do some kind of inner work, become mentally fit.
Of course.
Emotionally fit, spiritually in tune.
Right.
And then the body changes to reflect your new insight, a new revelation.
And also, it's the body speaks with that, and also speaks with the feelings. If you feel good, it's good for you. We should
not just emotion.
Not emotion.
But it's a feeling.
It's a feeling. Yes. It's a knowing.
Yes.
It's again, it's not like instantaneous.
Yeah.
It's what you really feel.
Right.
And when you begin to work with your superconscious, when you begin to be aware, when you begin to listen to you, really listen to you, then it's like a practice. More you practice, more you believe in yourself, more you tune in yourself, more you know.
This is good. So also, you like using the term leadership with soul.
Yes.
Yes. Authentic leadership.
Yes.
As opposed to what? Domination? As opposed to?
No, I think leaders should be authentic. When you are meant to lead, it's also a calling. When you use leadership as for gaining other things like power, like money, like...
We see that in the world right now.
We see it very often.
Yeah. They're on display.
In many places, in many countries.
Yeah.
But when you are authentic, when you are connected to who you really are, you can't lead to power or to money. You lead to inner peace. You lead to a better world. You lead to love, not fear.
Right.
You don't want to... If you really want to see a good leader, you just have to observe that he is leading you to love.
Right.
That's it. No, I don't know if it's a spiritual leader, if it's a politician, if it's a parent, because sometimes they ask me, how do you parent a really good human being? And I said, by inspiration. If you want a child to be a nice child, be you a nice child. If you want to be if you want an honest child, be an honest human being. Yeah. If you want an authentic child, be authentic with him.
Right.
And the same is leadership.
Right.
If you want a different world, you need to focus in what you really are.
Absolutely. Now, you said something very powerful. The leader is leading people to love, not to fear.
Not to fear.
Or division or separation. They're actually leading to love. And a lot of what's missing in our world is leadership like that.
Right.
In which people are basically demonizing other people, other countries, things of that particular nature. And they're not really casting a vision of a world that works for everyone.
Right.
And so that's not real leadership.
Right.
That's just a kind of a display of ego.
Right.
It's not leadership with soul.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, when you feel fear, that's the messenger telling you.
Right.
That's not a good leader because you are feeling afraid. If you feel afraid, then your messenger is the feeling.
Right.
So, we all know.
Yeah, we can all see it too.
We all can see it.
Yeah, we can all see it. So burnout happens for leaders. And, how can someone avoid that under the mentally fit model?
Well, I think they have to work with the three minds, but I'll say one of the most powerful strategies is meditation.
Yeah.
Hearing yourself. Quiet the mind. Trying to get in another place with the ego. Ego, I think it's not a demon. It's not bad. It helps you in this matter way, no? But you should it's like stay. It's like the dog. Stay. No? Now you stay there. Shh, shh. Be quiet. Be still for a moment. I see you. So you can meditation. I think for me, meditation has been the before and the after. Meditation for me is like brushing your teeth. You can, whenever you need something, you go in and you get it, whatever it is. But you have to be available to hear.
Right. No, it is true. I say pretty much similar. You brush your teeth every day. You shower every day, or you should. You wash your hands. And so meditation is like an inner shower.
Right.
That one must participate in on a regular basis. It doesn't have to be hours, but it has to be intentional. It has to be regular. And then you can start hearing the superconscious,
right?
The real self. You can't hear it amidst the clutter.
Right.
And the debris of the mind. You have to be still. And then once you're guided and you follow that guidance, then your leadership is from the guidance of the superconscious. It's from the guidance of your spiritual self.
Right.
And it sounds simple. However, the ego will keep people away from it.
Right.
Because the ego is trying to keep people within the small paradigm. So have you noticed your own leadership style growing over the years?
Well, yes, of course. We all grow every day, no? I mean, I am still growing every day. I see myself with compassion, but you now have to realize that you are growing every day. You are not getting anywhere. You are just trying to be the best version of you every day.
Yes, absolutely. So people have emotions. Sometimes they're labeled good, sometimes they're labeled bad, but they're actually messengers.
Yes, they are messengers. They are. If you feel really depressed, you cannot feel euphoria in the same time. I mean, you have to go like it's a vibration. Feelings are also vibration. So you have to go from one point to another. And if you learn to listen to that messengers, you can elevate your vibration each day. So I think they are powerful. They are powerful messengers. And it's not only a reaction.
Yes.
It's a response.
Yes. It's a response from your higher self.
Right.
From your connection.
Right.
Rather than reacting from the ego.
Right.
Which again, we see that displayed all over the world. And there's no way that the world is going to be different unless people are different.
Right.
And so the kind of work that we're doing is actually inviting people to the best version of themselves.
Right.
And to stop taking their cue from the world and start taking their cue from inside.
Right.
Yeah. So how did the LCK evolve? This is a big conference now. You have 1,000 people.
Yeah. It's more than a conference. It's a place where everything is like intentionally made to grow, to be aware, to get something in the heart. You can take something in the heart so deeply that you won't forget. It doesn't matter what you hear. It's what you feel there. It's the energy that we are trying to create there so you can get it home. And whenever you are disappointed or you feel that you don't have peace, you remember that. You remember it's not only about the speakers, it's about the people.
Yes.
It's about the atmosphere, it's about the experience. That's why it's called LCK Experience, because the things there, the patrocinators, the everything, it's meant to be the most authentic that we can. Because we want people to take something that really remember the people who they really are.
Right. How did it begin? How long has it been going on? And what What was the inner motivation for you to start it?
Well, first we thought about many years ago. We made it in a little in the office. It was like a very small place, and we just called people and tried to get them to receive something, and then it evolved with it was going to Mexico, Neil Donald Walsh. So the first one was with him, and then the pandemic came. So we had to shut everything up. And then after a few years, it began again. So the intention is that I am always seeking for the best inspiration we can.
Right.
We are always seeking that the people that step in that stage is they walk their talk. No?
You vet them very well. Yeah.
So the best thing is to inspire others to be the best version that they can be.
Right. And how many days does it last?
It's 2 days.
2 days.
It's 26 and 27 of September in Mexico City, in Hotel Camino Real in Santa Fe. It's a very nice place, safe place. And we are really, really excited. We will have Bruce Lipton this year. We will have Enrique Corbera. We will have Maria Santo Montemayor. We have we make a model also. We work in the physical, emotional, social, spiritual, mental, and physical, mental, emotional, social. I forgot one. There are 6 areas because we think that integral growth is very important.
Absolutely.
You have to eat good, you have to feel good, you have to communicate good, you have to, spirit is powerful. So we mixed all that areas in one event.
Outstanding. So I thank you for the invitation.
Oh, thank you.
Because
thank
I'm
you,
coming.
Michael.
I'm coming this
Oh,
year.
thank you, Michael. We are so glad that you are there. You know, I have following your lectures many years. And this year I told Raul, please, we have to take Michael Beckwith because I love that you are a spiritual leader.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for accepting going there. We will be there looking forward that everything is taking place so you can be very happy and you want to return to Mexico every year.
I'm sure it will. I'm going to go early and go to the pyramids and, and everything. Yes. So you have this book here. Right now the book's in Spanish.
Yes. It's La Magia Eres Tú. It talks about everything I have been sharing with you, that you are the magic. You are really the magic.
That's what that means
in your
in
life.
English.
Yes.
You are the magic.
You are the magic.
So we have a large Spanish group in our agape. So say a couple of words to them in Spanish.
Ay, me siento tan honrada y tan agradecida de estar aquí. Siempre digo, la magia eres tú, y lo más importante es que nadie sabe más de ti que tú de ti. Cuando tú verdaderamente trabajas con tu paz interior, cuando tú realmente te conectas con lo que sí somos, con esa forma tan maravillosa que somos como seres humanos, no hay nada que te pueda parar, no hay nada que no puedas hacer. Hoy sabemos que el ser humano es una de las cosas más impresionantes que existen. Todavía ni siquiera conocemos su verdadero potencial. Así es que gracias por recibirme aquí. Thank you very much for receiving me.
Now translate that for the English people. Not the whole thing, but part of it. And also mention, how they can sign up for the conference.
You can sign up for the conference in our website, that is www.lckexperience.com. And there is all the information, what are the speakers, the hours, and everything. And I think the most important thing in life is to experience life, to connect with your holiness, with your divinity, with your love. When you remember that, when you really remember that, you don't have nothing to fear. You have to be so happy to be human, so happy to be here, so happy that you can be the creator, really the creator of your life.
Absolutely. In Sanskrit, the word human comes from the word that means we are the distributor of gifts. So we're here to be happy. It's intrinsic. Joy is it's within us. A condition doesn't make you happy. You bring happiness. You bring joy. You bring love. And this is what you're saying.
Right.
As people get into and connect with their superconscious mind, their Christ awareness, whatever you want to call it, then that happiness is activated. And you just take it with you everywhere you go. You're like an astronaut with your own atmosphere. I'm bringing my own happiness. Bring your own BYOB. Bring your own beauty.
Right.
Everywhere that you go.
Right. And to connect with others is to serve others. So
Yes.
when you are really happy, you serve others also.
Absolutely.
So that's what life is about for me.
Outstanding. For those who are reading Spanish, where can they get this book?
In Amazon. Amazon,
okay.
yeah. You can get it in Amazon. It's La Magia Eres Tú. It's in the Mexican and in the U.S. also.
Very good. And she also picked up a copy
yes.
of my life visioning. This is large print life visioning.
Right.
She got it on Amazon Mexico.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
This is my first time seeing it. I'm going to get some for Agape.
Yes. It's very nice.
From
Thank
Sounds
you.
True. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Absolutely. Any final words to the folks here?
Well, I think this experience, LCK Experience 2025, will be a very, very nice venue. It will be a very nice experience. So if you are here in the US or in Mexico, or if you want to share it with another people, I am sure that what you are going to live there will inspire you to create whatever the life you were meant to be.
And there'll be simultaneous translations going on.
Yes,
English
it will
and
be.
Spanish.
English and Spanish, yes.
Very good. Is it live streamed?
I don't think so. It's not live stream, but we will have it in the web after the event.
Very good.
Well, maybe they will have it because,
we'll see. We never know.
We never
Technology
know.
is so fast these days. So they can also go to CrisSteinman.com too.
Right. Cris Steinman, or in my Instagram, it's also Cris Steinman.
Okay, very good. Hey, everyone. This is Take Back Your Mind with Michael B. Beckwith. I've been with Cris Steinman today, and she's dropped a lot of pearls, a lot of great knowledge. And LCK Experience, it's waiting for you. You know you want to be there. You might as well come to Mexico City. We can have a great time and go deep in our understanding of our connection to the ineffable, the presence, the love, the beauty, the intelligence that is alive within us and wants to know itself as us, so that we are unfolding from leadership with soul. We're unfolding with our deep connection with the presence, and that we do it in community. 1,000 people together celebrating the love of life, and we will be changed forever. Peace and blessings. Have a beautiful life. Peace and blessings. I truly hope that you are enjoying Take Back Your Mind podcast. The Take Back Your Mind podcast is sponsored primarily by the Agape International Spiritual Center. In other words, everything that you see in terms of the staff that puts this together, the editing, the equipment, all of this is sponsored by our Agape International Spiritual Center. So if you are enjoying the podcast, I'm inviting you to support the sponsor. Support Agape. Simply go to agapelive.com and make a donation. And say in the donation that you are supporting the podcast. It allows us to keep broadcasting. It allows us to keep putting these magnificent moments together with these wonderful people that I get to interview. We keep having the possibility of updating the equipment that's necessary and providing the wonderful content that many of you are writing in and saying, I really love the podcast. Support the podcast. Support the sponsor. Agape International Spiritual Center. agapelive.com. richest.com. You can also text to donate. You can text the word GIVE to 424-321-6243 and put podcast so that we know that you're really supporting this wonderful podcast. Our secondary sponsor is Adaptozen, ADAPTOZEN. This is my superfood greens. It's nutritionally dense because I teach spirit, mind, and body. We want our body temples to be healthy. So one of the products is my superfood greens. You can go to nutrarise.com. Those three little lines you see, you hit those three little lines and you'll see Adaptozen. There's two products, my superfood greens and a product called Elevate, which are organic mushrooms for your health. You can put both in your smoothies so that you have main ingredients for the health of your body temple. These are our sponsors. Primary sponsor, Agape International Spiritual Center. Secondary sponsor, Adaptozen. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be wise. Circulate and share. Peace and blessings. Radical blessings, as I like to say. This is a moment in which we get to come to a complete stop, take our perception away from the past or the future, and to be right here where our body is, right here where our breath is, right here where even the mind is, and observe it with intention to wake up. You've heard me say over the years, as Yeshua ben Joseph said scripturally, that when two or more are gathered in my name, there I am. I've said over the years that when the conscious mind and the subconscious mind are in agreement, then the superconscious mind takes over. So when we consciously are making ourselves available for growth, development, and unfoldment, and that becomes subjectified, that becomes our subconscious law, there becomes a vibrational agreement between the conscious and the subconscious, and now the superconscious, Christ self, can now take over. When we're practicing the art and science of meditation, we are aligning ourselves with a great intentionality that ultimately becomes subjectified, and then radical insights and revelations occur within our awareness, and we become more and never less than our true self. Let's practice for a few moments. Just invite yourself to turn within this moment. Let's have our hands on our lap, facing upward as a sign of receptivity. Take a nice inhalation. Release. And allow yourself to be right here where your breath is. Please notice that as the body is breathing, it's happening in present time tense. Present tense, not past or future tense. Present tense. So the breath that brings you present lets you know that the present is a portal to the eternal now. Timeless, eternal, and forever. Intend to wake up from being time blinded by time. So we are intending to wake up from time and from any sense of separation from the divine that is within us. And with this intention, and with attention on the breath and this intention, we allow ourselves to be still. Stillness, silence, sacred solitude. Be still. If there is drift of attention, bring it back to the breath and your soulful intention to wake up. Meditation is a wake-up call from intoxicated sleepwalking to an awakened awareness that your life is divine. Be with this for just a few more seconds. Now, out of any sense of sleepwalking, give yourself permission to be extremely grateful for your life. Be thankful for everything. Let gratitude and thanksgiving be the frequency that you're now vibrating with, that then provides an opening and a receptivity to more good than you could possibly imagine. Peace and dynamically radical blessings to you. Have a beautiful life. Your time is very valuable, so I want to thank you for lending us your ear and participating in taking back your mind. If you want to submit a question for the question of the week, please submit it to podcast@michaelbeckwith.com. If you've enjoyed what you've heard today, please submit a review and let us know your thoughts. Stay on top of current episodes by subscribing to the podcast so that you'll receive alerts and not miss one single episode. And feel free to share this podcast with all of your friends and family. And until we meet again, take back your mind, and you will take back your life. Peace and blessings.